Yes, guys, we have a question here, which is a typical exam question for those who are about to write their maths exams. So now we have 3 to the power of x here, and we have 3 raised to the power of x plus 3 again here, equated to 28. So by inspection, there are things you need to know and need to rearrange to see things clearly. Like in this case, I have a 3 raised to the power of x, and I have another one here. I can rearrange this part to write it as the first 3 to the power of x here. Let me use this other marker. Like I have a 3 to the power of x here. Then I add a 3 to the power of x, and plus 3 can be written as 3 to the power of x multiplied by 3 to the power of 3. According to exponents, if you have equal bases and you're multiplying, you add the powers. That's what they did here. So we've just brought it back. In this case, we equate it to 28. Now 28, I can rewrite 28 from just inspecting 28. I can rewrite 28 as 3 to the power of 3 plus 1, like that. Now, once I come to this stage, I would want to, I prefer to factor out a 3 to the power of x, because it's appearing on 2 terms. So 3 to the power of x, I put a bracket, I have a 1 here, then I have a plus. We took out that 3 to the power of x here, so we remain with 3 to the power of 3. Then I close bracket and equate it to 3 to the power of 3 plus 1. Now, this part and this part are equal because we are adding, and you can clearly see, we can even let's write it in a clear way so that people, it's this one, this part is the same as 3 to the power of 3 plus 1 here. Then we equate it to 3 to the power of 3 plus 1 there. So what it means is, now we can divide on both sides as we do with any equation. When you're solving equations, what we do on the left side, we have to do on the right side. So in this case, we're dividing by 3 to the power of 3 plus 1 here, and 3 to the power of 3 plus 1 this side. So this part will cancel this part, and this part will cancel this part to give a 1 here. It becomes a 1 on this side. So finally, we have 3 raised to the power of x being equated to a 1. Right. So now, raising 3 to the power of x being equated to a 1, we can rewrite it like 3 to the power of x being equated to a 3 to the power of 0. Any number raised to the power of 0, it gives us a 1. So in this case, there is no need to beat about the bush. Just go straight and say 3 to the power of 1 can be written as 3 to the power of 0. Then when the bases are equal, by inspection, the powers must be equal. Meaning to say x must be equal to 0. And this becomes our final answer. Now, to those who are beginning, to get to the level of understanding or realizing how you need to twist a question whilst remaining mathematically correct, it's something that comes with practice. You look for these kind of problems, a lot of them. To a lot of them, some people will ask, how many questions do I need to do to master something? Let me say, you don't need to do a minimum of 100 questions. And the maximum limit is, we don't even have a maximum. If you can do 1,000, you can do 10,000 questions, the better. So in this case, we had this question, we did this, and this is our final answer.